Hello everyone, welcome back to Python tutorials by Code Warriors. In the previous lectures we have talked about the data types, but we have skipped one data type, Boolean. We haven't discussed it till now. So in this video we will discuss about Boolean data type, but we will not discuss it like one separate complete video. We will talk it inside one important topic of Python programming language or any programming language, control flow. So inside the control flow, we will discuss Boolean with the use case of Boolean where we use this data type Boolean, how we use it. Okay, so let's talk about control flow first. So what is control flow? Control flow is the way you are controlling or you are setting the flow of your program. uh, we use different kinds of things, different kinds of you say keywords or statements or loops to adjust the flow of our program the way we want. There are few statements which today we are going to talk about, the like if else, Elif statements. Today we will discuss about these statements, and inside of these statements we will talk about this Boolean data type. What is this data type? Okay, so let's get on to the Python, our Spider notebook, and there we will discuss all of these things in a practical. Okay, so here we on Spider notebook, or sorry, Spider ID. Okay, so if else statements are like we set the flow of the program in this way. Like if this condition is true, then do this set of instructions, else do these set of instructions. Like suppose I say let's define a variable x is equal to 2. Okay, then let's say if x is less than 5, and one thing remember, these control flow statements or loops, they requires colon after it. Remember to put colon because it's very important. Lots of people commit mistakes over here, so always remember to put colon. And another important thing about is, I told you in the starting of in the first lecture about Python, I told you Python does not does not use those curly braces like any other programming languages. It uses indentation. Indentation means this white space that it is taking. Now whatever we are writing over here, it is giving it this much space default. Okay, so see, I was here, I press enter, it directly gives me this one tab space over here. Now this is called indentation. Now whatever I write here, like let's say print x, and then again print, okay, this time let's say 7. Okay, whatever we'll write inside of it, it will only execute when if statement is true. Now if we write something over here like print 8, now this print does not bother about this if statement because it is outside of the condition, outside of the boundary of if. Now if boundary starts with the indentations, and where indentations are, if works inside of it only. Now if I write something out of the indentation, then it is out of the boundary of if, and it doesn't worry about the condition that we have given inside this if statement. Now okay, let's remove this for a minute, and let's talk about this operator that we have given in between. This is a less than operator, this operator, and in the same way we can give also this greater than operator over here. Then there are equals to operator. This means if x is equal to 5, if x is equal to 5, then run this set of code, otherwise don't. Now let's do one example on it first. Okay, so let's say x is less than 5, print let's say simple x is less than 5, else. Now else statement consists if x is less than 5, then print this, else if x, it means x is not less than 5, so print x is not less than 5 and put it under double inverted commas. Okay, so what this program means is, if x is less than 5, then do this set of instruction. If else, do this set of instructions. Like, if I'm hungry, give me food. If I'm not hungry, I don't need food. This, it is exactly like that. So let's run this much. Let's see, F9, and you see, first it defined a variable over here, x as 2, and then it gives me the output x is less than 5, which we have done over here because 2 is less than 5. Now if we change the value of 2, let's say make it 10. Now let's see what happens. F9, oh, I'm sorry, I pressed the wrong keyboard. Okay, let's select it and F9. Now you see it says x is not less than 5 because x is 10, and it goes to the if statement and it sees that x is not less than 5. It did not run this situation. It comes to else, and here it runs this, and it finds the else statement true and it runs this. Okay, so now we can use various kind of operators over here. We can say x is equals to 5. Now let's write here 10. Okay, and run this much, F9. Now you see it says, uh, now the first statement was true, if statement was true, and it runs that statement. It says x is less than 5. But yeah, we have to change the print statement also, but we did not. Doesn't matter. Whatever we write inside the print, it will print it. Now let's say x is not equal to. Now this apostrophe sign over here, this says not equal to. Not, it basically means not, and we have used we have used equal to. That means not equal to. In the same way, we can use greater than equal to or less than equal to. All these kinds of operators we can use, and these operators are basically what this if statement is doing. Now, I told you what booleans are. Booleans are the logical data types which have only two objects inside of it, either true or false. Now they work exactly in that way. Now it says x is less than equal to 10. Now if this statement is true, that boolean data type true, then this print line will run. Otherwise, this line will run. Now this is that boolean data type, true or false. Okay, so this is the if else statement. Now there is one more keyword inside of it, Elif keyword. Now Elif keyword is used in this way. Elif. Now I said x is less than equal to 10. Now let's make it like um, x is greater than 10, uh, and make it value 20. Okay, x is greater than 10, so it will say x is greater than 10. Now we give another condition over here, x is less than 25. Okay, then again make a colon over here and print x is less than 25. And if none of these conditions are true, then else above two conditions are not true. Simple. Okay, so let's run this code. F9. Now you see it goes to the if statement. It sees x is greater than 10. It is a true statement. It printed this line. It doesn't bother about any line. It comes out of the whole program to this point. To this point it comes. Okay, this gray shaded line. But suppose if we write here x is, just change it to 30 and edit here too. Now what will happen? Now we have this condition, if x is greater than 30, print this, and if x is less than 25, print this, else print this. Now let's run this code. Let's see what happens now. Now it says x is less than 25. Now what happens here? Now first we declared variable as x is equal to 20. Then we goes to this line, interpreter goes to this line and says it sees f x is less than, oh sorry, greater than 30. Now x is not greater than 30, so this statement become false. It goes to the elif statement then. Now in elif it checks x is less than 25. Yes, this statement is true, so it prints this line and then comes out of the whole if else section. Now let's say this is also, let's make it false too. Let's say x is greater than 25. Okay, and change it. Now let's see what happens. F9. Now it says above two conditions are not true, obviously, because right now x is not greater than 30, this statement is false, and x is greater than 25, this statement is also false. So it moves to the else statement. So basically why we use elif is because we can't use so many else, and we can't use or give a condition to an else. Like we give it a condition here, x is greater than 25, we can't do this to the else. That's why we create lots of conditions. Like if suppose if I like let's say if I have 10 rupees, then I'll buy dairy milk chocolates, that small dairy milk chocolate. If I have 100 rupees, then I will buy a dairy milk silk. If I have like more than 100 rupees, then I will buy temptation or maybe Bonville or dark chocolate if it's a taste. Else, I will not buy anything. So if you want to write this thing in the statement, now how will I? If suppose let's say first money equals to something like 100. Now if we write if money equals to 10, print uh, small chocolate. Okay, then elif money is let's say money equals to 100, print silk chocolate. Elif money is greater than 100, print temptation else print not gonna buy anything. Or we can do here, okay, let's run this much only. F9, and you see money was 100 and it runs silk chocolate over here. Now in these kinds of cases, like we have lots of conditions to put down, then we use elif statement. And we can compare the statement. If if you people have studied Java or C++, then you have seen the switch statement cases over there. That they create lots of cases. If you are a beginner, you haven't studied any programming language, then don't bother, skip this part. But for those people who have studied these languages, then you would have seen lots of cases, switch statements and cases over there. But Python does not support switch statement or cases. That's why these elif statements are here. By elif we create lots of conditions, and in those conditions we put the respective statements, whatever we want to do in those conditions. Now that's why elif statement is used in the Python programming. Now this is the general if statement, but it can also be used in a nested way. Let's say if money is equal to 10, then let's say money is greater than 10. Okay, then we write over here one more if and say money is money is less than 100. Uh, or you can use parentheses or don't, it's your choice, doesn't matter. If money is greater than if money is less than 100, then print small chocolate, and inside of it we can put a else statement. Else print um, money is greater than 10 and less than 100, huh? So if it doesn't lie between there, then we can print not enough money. So you see, what we did here is called nesting. Let's pull this program a little bit down and see this much section only. In this much section, what we did is called nesting. First, it will run this statement. It will check this statement. If this statement is true, then it will go to the next statement, um, and it will check if this statement becomes true. Then it will print this line. Else, it will print this line and come out this if else statement. Then move on to this elif and then this. Now this is the way of using an nested if else. Here also we can put lots of elifs. Just same thing. Just like copy this section and put it inside of it here. The same way if else works in a nested way. Okay, so this is all about if else statements, elif statements. So we have covered a lot of things over here, like what are if else, what are these operators over here, these less than operator, greater than operator, equal to operator. Now remember one thing, don't confuse with equals to and equals to equals to. Now equals to operator means this is an assignment operator. It will assign the 30 value to the x. And equals to operator, this is a conditional operator, and this means this checks whether x is equals to 30 or not. Okay, so don't confuse it with this to equals to and equals to operator. Then we talked about if else statements. Then we talked about elif statements, how elif is used to mimic the cases system of other programming languages. Then we talked about nested if else statements, and in between we have also discussed what is boolean data types, true and false. Okay, so practice these statements, work on it. Good luck, we will see you in next video.